Hi friends, my name is Ashok and welcome to our channel Ashok IT. In this video, we are going to understand what is the roadmap to become Spring Boot with microservices developer. As you know, Spring Boot is one of the most trending framework in the Java community. Alright, let's get started. First, what is Spring Boot? Spring Boot is a Java-based framework which is used to develop applications with less configurations. This Spring Boot is an approach to build Spring-based applications. It is an extension for the Spring framework. Then what is microservices? Microservices is a design pattern to develop our application with loosely coupling. Earlier, people used to develop the application with a monolithic architecture in which everything is combined in one application. Now, to avoid the problems with monolithic architecture, we are going to follow microservices architecture where we will develop application functionalities as small units with a loosely coupling. Every microservice is a separate project which we can develop, test and deploy independently. Alright, now the question is, how to learn this Spring Boot with microservices? What is the roadmap we need to follow to become Spring Boot microservices developer? Let's understand. First, if you want to start with the Spring Boot, you should have very good knowledge on Spring Core module. Spring Core module is the base module of the Spring framework. It will provide fundamental concepts like IOC container, dependency injection, bean lifecycle, bean scopes, auto wiring. If you want to learn Spring Boot, the fundamental concepts of the core module is very important. Once you understand this Spring Core module, then you can start with the Spring Boot. The main advantage of the Spring Boot is auto configuration. So if you create a boot application, IOC container will start automatically, component scanning will happen, embedded containers will come, actuators will be available, profiles will be available. Whatever the configuration that we used to do in the Spring projects, that is automated in the Spring Boot. Then once you got the clarity on the Spring Boot, then you can learn Data JPA module. So Data JPA module is used to develop persistence layer. Earlier, we used to write the lot of logic to perform DB operations like get the connection, create the query, execute the query, process the result, close the connection. All those things we can avoid when we go for Data JPA. They provided a concept called repositories, CRUD repository and JPA repositories available. They are providing predefined methods in order to perform CRUD operations. Without writing single query also, we can perform CRUD operations in the database table by using this Data JPA. Once you are done with Data JPA concepts, then next we can start with the Spring Web MVC module. What is the purpose of this Web MVC module? By using this Web MVC module, we can develop web applications for customer to business communication, and also we can build distributed applications for B2B communication. REST APIs also we can build by using this Web MVC. When you develop web application by using Web MVC module, it will provide embedded container. You don't need to download and set up the server to run the application. Web MVC is going to take care of that. Once you are done with this Web MVC, then you need to learn how to develop REST APIs. Okay, REST APIs are very important in order to understand microservices architecture. REST API is a pure backend application. It will take your request and it will give you the response directly. There is no need of any view pages when we are developing this REST API. How to develop a REST controller, how to develop REST controller methods, and how to test them by using Postman, and how to generate the documentation for the REST API by using Swagger, what is provider development, what is consumer development, all those concepts we need to learn as part of REST API. Once it is done, then next we need to understand Spring Cloud concepts. If you want to build microservices, then this is Spring Cloud concepts like what is Eureka server, what is API gateway, what is admin server, what is VM client, what is config server, what is load balancing, how to establish the load balancing with these microservices by using this Spring Cloud ribbon concepts. Those things we are going to learn. Then once you got the clarity on the Spring Cloud, then we can start learning microservices development. What is microservice and how to build a microservice, how to register them with the service registry, how to manage them by using API gateway, how to establish inter-service communication by using VM client, how to maintain the configuration properties by using config server, okay, and how to connect with Apache Kafka in order to implement event sourcing, and how to implement cache by using Redis cache servers. All those things we can learn as part of microservices. Once it is done, then next very important concept, that is security. How to secure our Spring Boot applications. So Spring security is one of the most important module in the Spring framework. So what is overall security? What is the JWT security? How to secure our applications? How to implement the role-based security? All those things we can learn as part of security module. Once it is done, then you need to learn some tools in order to deploy our microservices. Okay, how to execute our Spring Boot application by using Docker, containerization, how to implement, and how to manage our containers by using Kubernetes, and how to deploy our microservices by using tools like Jenkins for CI/CD. Okay, so you need to focus on this area in order to become Spring Boot with microservices developer. A quick review. So first you need to learn Spring Core, then you need to learn Spring Boot, then Data JPA, then WebMVC, then REST API, then Spring Cloud, then microservices, then Spring Security, then you need to learn some tools in order to perform operations. After learning all these concepts, if you can build some mini projects, then you will get lot of confidence in order to attend the interviews. I hope you got the clarity on Spring Boot with microservices roadmap. If you like this video, please comment your opinion and share this video with your friends also, and don't forget to like this. Thank you. I will see you in the next video.